Okay, so welcome to This and That Thursday, and I am taking a look at something from 2013. So this is from the video archives of the Craft Shacks. Man, we've got a ton of videos over there. I don't know if you knew that or not, but so I decided to take a look at one of my favorite pieces that I put together in 2013, and this is from June, and I was using a card making kit, or actually it's a scrapbooking kit, but from Close to My Heart, and a whole bunch of different stamps that I had pulled out, but I realized I never actually use most of these. I use those two right there that are on the screen, that one and those. That's it. And that lovely lady is my grandmother, so this is her high school graduation, and I'm going to scrapbook it basically onto a canvas. And I'm using various distress paints and inks and some acrylic paints and a dauber and VersaFine black, what is that, ink. And then of course the paper pack from that scrapbooking kit. And this is one of the very first times that I actually used these Tim Holtz paints. I have no idea why I showed that. I think it had to do with a giveaway. Might have been a question that was on screen. I used to, I was doing these live and I would watch the YouTube comments, and man, those comments took forever to come in back then. So like I said, this is like one of the first times I'm using these paints, and watching this replay is hilarious to me because I'm like, no, not like that. But I was just playing around. I mean, at this point, my mixed media adventures were pretty minimal. And so there's a dauber filled with some Distress ink re-inker, so it's pretty strong. So I decided to use the matte. And then, okay, so all of that gets wasted that I just wiped up there. And then there's not enough color, so let's add some more color. This is the part where I go, I'm watching the replay and I'm like, are you kidding me? Here we go. Yeah, let's spray it, move it around. Oh, that's not working. How about we get a baby wipe and just wipe off all the color? What the? Oh, well. It actually turns out okay. It just seems so goofy to me now because I know how I didn't have to waste all that. So funny. I suggest that you record yourself, even if you never share it with anybody, record yourself making videos and then go back a year or two later and watch yourself do them. You'll be yelling at your screen too. So giving it a heat set. Now I will tell you that with those paints, the distress paints, once they're heat set, they're permanent, so that's kind of nice. But you know what isn't? That re-inker. Keep that in mind. So here we're talking about the different types of glues, basically, that you could use to stick down the pictures and the papers and everything to the canvas. And I'm showing 3 different types of mediums and a couple of different glues. And I did kind of explain why I didn't really want to use those glues and why I was going to go with the particular medium that I chose. But I've learned a lot since this video. And I wouldn't have chosen what I did choose if I knew what I know now, but I didn't know that then. So anyway, talking about how I used the basic principles of this layout within that kit, except of course I didn't have the picture that they used, and I wanted to use that cutout the same way, so I'm adapting. I'm basically making the picture bigger with a mat. So by cutting a mat out of the pattern paper, I'm going to create the size that I want, and it'll make the picture look more substantial on the canvas. And cutting that element in half, so we can use it in the top and the bottom just like the scrapbook layout was. So voila. pretty much it's going to go there. But before we can put it on there, we've got to do some things. Oh yeah, and then I'm telling you about the other cutouts and how I'm going to use that. So let's finish that background, right? I hope. Yes. Okay, good. Get out some stamps. Now here's something else that, as I'm sitting here watching this, I just want to like, are you kidding me? Okay, so I take the ink dauber, which is no big deal, and I put the, or it's not ink dauber, it's paint dauber, it's acrylic paint. Put it all over this, and I go straight from that to the canvas. I know better than that. Putting my hand underneath to make sure I get a good impression. Nope. Ugh. I should have stamped some of that off first. And I shouldn't have used a block, to be honest with you. But, oh well, the things you learn, man. It's so funny. I really do suggest you do this, so you can talk at your TV too. It is kind of interesting to go back and watch some of your work, but to be perfectly fair to myself, I really hate doing that. I really hate doing that. I'm a terrible critic, I know, of my own stuff, I know, but oh well. I'm not the only one, because this original video did get a thumbs down, so clearly I'm not the only one. Now here's what's nice, is that while that acrylic paint is still wet, you can wipe it off with a baby wipe, as I'm showing you here. Trying desperately to get some sort of an image in that corner, and there's wood, and now here I'll show you, there's wood and a little bit of a gap, just enough to make it irritating. Now someone in the audience, and I believe it was Jerry Ann, had suggested that you could use a book or something inside, and at one point in the video I get so frustrated that I try to do that and it just doesn't work. But there, you know, you want to insert something in there if you're going to work on it, or go with more of a grunge look. There are ways to actually get what you want out of it, but see, I wasn't too worried about that weird stamp that didn't fully stamp, because I knew I could do this, but I kind of wish I would have done more of this. I was so new to mixed media, I just didn't really know what in the heck I was doing. And those images are so random, and it's just so, makes no sense. But honestly, I realized I really wanted to put a lot more on this background, but then the picture and all the paper and stuff covers a great deal of it up, so it works out. Here I'm just using some picket fence from Tim Holtz, and that picket fence is nice, but it wasn't quite bright enough, so I thought I would use this white acrylic paint, but it didn't really want to, so back to picket fence. And that just kind of helped. The paper that I had with those elements that are cut out is very white with black script on it, so that creamy color in the background and then those white papers just didn't work. See, trying a book in there. I was even told, get the idea book, put the idea book in there. It didn't work. It was, the idea book's not square. But that's okay. We moved on. Distress the edges with some of that white picket fence. And then distress these pages with, I think that one is called Tea-dye, but I'm not sure. And here I'll show you the difference. So now this one's more creamier, and you know, the original's quite white, so help tone it down some. Didn't just do the edges, I went over the whole paper. Put those elements together and we have a very nice piece. So now I was going to use the golden medium, and then I changed my mind and went with the Liquitex. Oh no, I didn't do the Liquitex, I did the golden, and if I could take it back I would, because this was a pain. Also, I've learned since doing this that you want to put it on the back of the paper, not necessarily the canvas like I did there, because that didn't fully work out. especially with this large piece. You're going to see me fiddle with this, so I will try to be quiet and not critique myself too bad. Oh, that's just so not the way to do it. Okay, shh, Heather, shh. Oh, I'm trying to look away. This is like a train wreck happening right here. Cracks me up. The fun part is that I did learn a lot in doing this, because this is what actually got me to where I know better how to apply paper to canvases now because of this particular incident. And what I would suggest doing, and what I do now, is I lay the paper down face down, put a good thin coat all over the entire surface of the wrong side of the paper, then flip it onto what I want it to be on, use the squeegee to squeeze out any excess, and then use the brush to go over it and make it smooth out that way. And you can even add a layer over the top if you wish, but it isn't necessary unless you're trying to seal it, and then you need to use the right kind of medium that has a sealant. Now, it does matter which one you use. If you use a more liquid application, such as Liquitex Fluid Matte Medium, then you're going to have a more bubbles. You're going to have more difficulty, like you saw me have here. So now I'm just trying to lay it out just to show what my intentions are. And I decide I'm going to work on this element now, and I get out the score board and score these edges so that we're going to create a little kind of like a pocket element, which you'll see in the final photos, still photos that I took, that will show you what I do with that. And I put my grandmother's name and the year and that it was high school graduation. I put that inside of there. I printed it out on the computer and made it nice and pretty. And I think here I'm going to, do I attach that yet? Oh, I'm showing you. Okay, so I was getting close to the end of the hour because my shows were about an hour long, and I'm showing you that I'm going to be using photo corners. They're metal with some foam tape on the back of them. Some elements that match this paper pack, like that red resin resin flower, Heather, and then the photo, I'm going to put some vintage photo around the edges of that, but just small bits and pieces that I was going to put together to make this a lovely image when it was all dry and done, and we're getting close to the hour, so I wanted to just kind of put it together visually so you could see how it's going to kind of sort of go. And I had this idea that I wanted lace and this tulle on there. Maybe I'll make a flower, maybe I'll make a bow, maybe I'll, well anyway, maybe I'll figure something out eventually. Tie a knot, put the corners on the photo, yeah, So basically what I'm trying to do is say, okay, it's going to be something like this-ish, maybe. Yeah. And there we go, done. Not. Okay, so here, I'm now going to let you take a look at what I actually ended up doing, and I gave this to my grandmother for her 90th birthday, so I really hope you enjoyed today's This and That video. Please like and subscribe, and if you wanted to see the full version of this entire hour-long video, the link is in the description that will describe it a little bit better. I'll let you go watch that whole yickety yak thing that I did there. But why? I just sped it up for you. So there you go. These are the final shots. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a crafty day. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.